Right now, the champ of sports talk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance tonight, and for the millions watching around the world. You ready?
The champ of sports talk.
Now, damn it, turn on the champ of sports talk and let's get it on.
Haters around the world, big ups. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ of sports talk.
Here's Johnny.
This is the champ. And this is Empire Radio here on the NinerEmpire.com. Good to have you here with the voice of the NinerEmpire.com, the champ. So proud to rep it, red and gold until I'm dead and cold, and that never does get old, in case you didn't know. The champ is proud to be here. Holler at the champ any way you want, but definitely hit me up on email, champ@theninerempire.com, or follow me on Twitter at Kevin_K9. That's my biblical name and my gangster name. So holler at me. Let's keep it champish at all times. But you guys don't want to hear about me. You guys want to hear about what we owe, the only thing we really care about, our beloved Niners. And there's been a lot of talk about our beloved Niners here in this offseason. I mean, not only did we stun the world in the NFL last season by proving that we were a force to be reckoned with, Jim Harbaugh came in, turned it all around. It's been well documented. But now we're in the center of the news again for a controversy, not one that we created, but one that we were inadvertently and unfortunately part of, and that is Bountygate. Bountygate is obviously all over the news. New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator Greg Williams was encouraging his players to not just hurt, but like really physically injure the other players of the opposing team, in this case being our beloved Niners, believe it or not. Now, we saw them in the postseason last season, and some of you guys might remember what we had to say about them coming to our house. Jimmy, would you? Yeah. So I understand that they would probably be upset about that. But before that game even, they had a plan to do something sinister. They wanted to actually take our players out. I mean, obviously, in the football season, your players are going to get dinged. They're going to get scratched up. They're going to get injured. But they knew all of our injuries and wanted the defense to exploit it. Not only like just, not hit him hard and make him shake him up. No, like go for his knee tendon and see if his ACL is healed. Like rip his knee up. Or hit him in the head, see if his concussion is still there. That's really bad. And especially with the NFL coming down so hard recently, or being so focused on player health, concussions and the like. This is as bad as it gets. This is league-sanctioned suffering and pain. And I'm all for roughneck football. I mean, go out there and make some snot bubbles come out of his nose, hurt him. But I don't want you to end his career. I don't want you to take his livelihood away from his family. I don't want you to ruin his life. I mean, that's a whole other level. I mean, and in the audio recording, he'll say again and again, he's not going to apologize for their competitiveness. Despicable stuff. You know what? I don't even want you to hear from me. I want you to hear. We have some of the audio. He talks about injuring our beloved players. And just listen to the attitude on this schmuck. Jimmy, play the audio.
Two series of the game. The little wide receiver, number 10, about his concussion. We need to decide whether Crabtree wants to be a fake-ass prima donna or he wants to be a tough guy. He becomes human. You fucking take out that outside ACL.
Really, really sickening stuff, isn't it? And this guy is a coach. I mean, the players take their cues from him, and he's telling them to go out and hurt our players. So this thing can really get ugly, ugly, ugly. It's already ugly. Greg Williams suspended indefinitely. Sean Payton, head coach, suspended for the year. But Kenny Williams, Kyle Williams' father, Kyle Williams was a player who had a bounty on him. And Kenny Williams, his father, is GM of the Chicago White Sox, so he's no rookie to sports business. Now, he said a very telling statement in the press just a couple days ago. He said he's not going to comment because this situation can get litigious. Whoa, what does that mean? That means that Greg Williams can end up possibly facing charges over this. And I hate to say it, but there might actually be legal ground for them to do so. What does this mean? A defensive coordinator could go to jail for what he's done on the football field, for how he coached his players. What's the ripple effect of that? What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a football problem that should be handled in the locker room, should be handled by the team or the league? Or is this something that's so heinous, so foul, that it should be escalated to a legal level where people are actually facing charges? Very interesting subject. I mean, NFL is a violent sport, and John Lund from 95.7 The Game said a comment later in the week, or later last week. He said, football is like a hot dog. I don't really want to know how it's made. I know it's horrible. I just want to enjoy it. Very, very, very interesting point, because I think that is the point, or the point of view of most sports fans. But, I mean, this is serious business. You want your players to go out there and give it their all. You don't want them going out and being, scared to run around or hurting another player, injuring and ruining their career, and getting that bad karma from the football gods who never forget a smite. It's not good. It's really not good. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. Roger Goodell is on the case. The Niners have come out and said how disgusted they were with the whole thing. Whitner obviously administered punishment during the game. He didn't know about the bounty at the time, but he's been pretty vocal about his disgust. And Alex Smith is even, Alex Smith tried to say, well, he expects a bounty every time he's out there. They're always after him. But no one was happy about having a bounty on their head and their career put on the line like that. That's just not cool. So holler at the champ. Let me know what you think. Champ at the9erempire.com, or holler at me on Twitter, Kevin_K9. But let's take a quick break. I'm going to get a drink of water, take a wee-wee, do something. And when I come back, we're going to be talking about more Niner free agency, we're going to talk about NFL draft. We're going to be talking about the upcoming schedule. All we're doing is talk about the Niners, man. So don't go anywhere. This is the champ, the9erempire.com. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to the Champ of Sports Talk. The Champ of Sports Talk will be right back.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm down with the Champ of Sports Talk, brother.
Show me the money.
Today we salute you, real men of genius.
Real men of genius. The champ of sports talk. That's right, motherfucker.
The very thought of losing is hateful to America.
In a world where you suck and I don't. Hold up. That's the world we live in. The Champ of Sports Talk brought to you by Yo Mama.
And I'm back. It's the Champ. You're here on Empire Radio, the9erempire.com, where Niner fans from all across the globe gather and communicate with one another. It's a beautiful thing. We're talking about Niner football. We just were talking about Greg Williams and his pathetic attempt at stopping the Niners by hurting us. But all we did was hurt him, knock his players out, and knock them out of the playoffs in the first appearance that they had. So I guess the football gods smote you. But going into next season, they just announced they're going to be dropping the schedules, announcing them next Tuesday. So next Tuesday evening, we will know what the schedule's looking like for the Niners, and we could probably start doing our guesstimated predictions of how our season's going to turn out. But one thing that is conspicuously not on the schedule, and that is the preseason matchup with the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. No longer playing for the foreseeable future. Why? Because for the last few years, we've been beating the hell out of the Raiders. After the game, the Raider fans get upset, want to talk trash to the Niners, or don't like the Niner fans celebrating, and violence ensues. And the Niners end up shooting or stabbing a Raider fan, and everyone gets all up in arms like something big and bad just happened. No, but, I mean, seriously. No, it's bad. Violence is bad. We don't want any violence at the games. We want our kids to feel safe at the games, and I think that's the main reason they had to stop it. But my question is this, Niner fans. Are we becoming Raider fans? For decades now, Raider fans have been synonymous with pond scum, have been synonymous with the lowest form of human life. But as we've been, cellar dwelling with them and experiencing all the loss that they've been experiencing over the past forever, we've become pretty degenerate as well. I'm speaking as the voice of the Niner Empire. We go out to the games and we fight, and the Raider game was just what caught so much headlines. Every game I'm at, there's some unprecedented violence. I went to a Rams-Niners game last year where someone got hit in the head with a tire iron, a Rams fan. I'm not going to lie. It's not like it hurts me that much when I see a Rams fan get hit in the head with a tire iron, but it's really not cool. We don't want to send that kind of message. But the bottom line is, are we turning into degenerate Raider fans, Niner fans? I want to know. Because we used to be the most classy, the most respectful football fans in the game. But I think that over the years, all of that the bad rap of being the wine and cheese fan really got to the average blue-collar Niner fan, who is not that at all, let me tell you. Make no mistake. The average Niner fan is no chump, is no yuppie. But that was the reputation, and it perpetuated for a while. So I think that your average Niner fan was fed up and just wants to prove that, we're hardcore too. But we have to do it within the legal bounds so we don't end up looking stupid. And now we don't even play the Raiders anymore. We can't kick their ass before the season starts to get that going. I mean, that was always a great notch in our belt, wasn't it? Kick the hell out of the Raiders, and then let's get this season going. But we can't do that anymore because people can't stop stabbing people. Jesus. Well, anyway, 2012, season's upon us. We're not going to play the Raiders. But it doesn't really matter. We're ready for war. The Niners building a bully. The draft coming up in 2 weeks. Most of the talk of the draft is really only about the first two picks, RG3 and Andrew Luck, who we're not getting at all. But we do want to get there's three positions we really need. We need an offensive lineman, preferably a guard, to fill in that right guard position that was just vacated by Adam Snyder, who's been a longtime Niner, loved by Niner fans everywhere. But now he's with the Cardinals, our rival. We got to fill that spot. Our O-line gave up a league-leading 44 sacks last year. That is disgraceful. About 12 of those were against the Ravens. But still, disgraceful to give out that many sacks. I don't think it's talent as much as I think it's just the time needed for that offensive unit to gel. And I have high hopes for the O-line. But a lot of the wind tunnel tested hairdo, Mel Kiper, has projected us drafting a wide receiver in the first round. What do you guys think about that? I mean, we have Randy Moss. He's 35. He doesn't have a lot of mileage left on his engine, but he still is a hell of a player. Mario Manningham, great player, but not a number one receiver. And Michael Crabtree was a freaking bust. You guys never had an offseason, gets no separation from defenders. Really disappointing. So we need a number one guy. It's what we've had in San Francisco for quite some time. A great receiver, great quarterback. So if Alex Smith is our man, which apparently he freaking is once again, we better give him a good receiver. So there's a couple good receivers in the draft. We don't lose by drafting a receiver. So O-line, receiver, and defensive end. Justin Smith, Ray McDonald, great players. Both of them a little bit on the wrong side of old. Ray McDonald has a hard time staying healthy. We'd like to keep that position active. Alden Smith is a beast, but he's so damn good, I don't know if we're going to be able to pay him when his contract is up. So with that said, quick break time. Don't go anywhere. Empire Radio. This is the champ.
The Champ of Sports Talk will be right back.